Sam opened his eyes to a blinding sun and the sound of distant horns. He blinked, disoriented, and realized he was no longer in his bedroom. Instead, he stood on a vast, sandy plain, surrounded by towering figures clad in linen kilts and bronze armor. The air was thick with the scent of sweat and the metallic tang of weapons. Before him, a young man with a golden crown and a kepresh, the blue war crown of the pharaohs, stood atop a chariot, his eyes blazing with determination. "Ahmose," Sam whispered, his voice lost in the clamor of the gathering army. The pharaoh turned, his gaze locking onto Sam's. For a moment, Sam felt as if the king could see right through him, into his very soul. Then, Ahmose raised his spear and shouted, "For Egypt!" The army roared in response, and Sam found himself swept up in the tide of soldiers as they surged forward. He stumbled, his bare feet sinking into the hot sand. A hand gripped his arm, steadying him. He looked up to see a soldier, his face painted with coal, grinning at him. "Stay close, boy," the soldier said. "This is no place for hesitation." Sam nodded, his heart pounding. The battlefield came into view. The Hyksos forces loomed in the distance, their chariots and weapons gleaming in the sunlight. The air trembled with the thunder of hooves and the clash of swords. Sam's fear melted away, replaced by a strange sense of purpose. He wasn't just a spectator anymore, he was part of this. Ahmose led the charge, his chariot cutting through the enemy lines like a blade. Sam followed, his feet moving as if guided by an unseen force. He dodged arrows, ducked under swinging swords, and even managed to grab a fallen shield to protect himself. The chaos was overwhelming, but amidst it all, he felt alive in a way he never had before. At one point, Sam found himself face to face with a Hyksos warrior, his curved sword raised high. Sam froze, his mind blank, but before the blade could fall, Ahmose appeared, his spear striking the warrior down. The pharaoh turned to Sam, his expression fierce yet reassuring. "Courage, young one," Ahmose said. "This is our destiny." The battle raged on, but Sam's fear had vanished. He fought alongside Ahmose and his soldiers, his movements fluid and instinctive. When the Hyksos finally retreated, their forces broken and scattered, the Egyptians erupted in cheers. Ahmose raised his spear in triumph, and Sam felt a surge of pride unlike anything he'd ever known.